All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat number one, Brad Ronning and Ed Sr. on the front row. Jonathan Fort and Steven Seams on the second row. Vern Spring, J.R. Tanksley on the third. Scott Snodgrass, David Lux on the fourth. Matt Moniak and Cooper Goralski round out your top 10. Edmund Jones, Chance Maderick round out the 12-car field for Heat 1. Looking at this field, who do you think can pull off the win in Heat 1?
You know, it's really funny because I was about to ask you if you wanted to go ahead and have a gentleman's agreement about the commentator's curse and pick one for yourself as well.
Yep, go for it. You pick first.
You know, just because I want an opportunity to say it on your broadcast, I'm going to go with Scott Snodgrass in the 22. That's the number one and the number two business.
Crap, that's who I was gonna pick too. Scott is long overdue for a win.
Well,
I'm gonna have to pick, let's say J.R. Tanksley. He is.
Is it just because that's the next car bright enough to get your attention?
Yeah, pretty much. No, JR is aggressive. He knows how to drive. He knows how to get it done. He just needs the chips to fall his way. So I really think he's got one coming. It's just a matter of time.
Well, since you picked him, you got a fun fact. Here's a fun fact for you about J.R. Tanksley. He's actually a NASCAR Series spotter for a profession.
Oh, I am well aware. He called me from pit road at Talladega last year. Yeah, he video called me and rubbed it in. That was so kind of him.
I need to start doing that these places I go.
No, I'll start ignoring you. All right, here we go. Pace car is in. Brad Ronning out front. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Heat number one. And already, JR is around.
And Snodgrass, commentator's curse right there.
Ouch. We should not pick any more cars tonight. Because both
we're doing it for the next one too. It's happening.
Okay, let's do that. Meanwhile, Ed Sr. is out front. He's won one heat already this season. Can he pull it off again? But Brad Ronning closing in. David Lux up 5. Cooper up 6 as they close in on Senior.
Now, Senior's obviously been with us since the beginning as well, and his racecraft has grown exponentially here in the last maybe 2 seasons or so. He used to be the guy that we dreaded having on the front row because he was going to go backwards in a hurry and you had to avoid him, and now you struggle to catch him at some of these places.
Yeah, Brad Ronning just went around. Matt Moniak has gone to pit road. A lot of early chaos. Edmund just set the fastest lap so far. It has been a wild heat number one. And Cooper is on Ed's bumper after just setting the fastest lap so far. Oh, Cooper dives it into the bottom and takes the lead. David Lux now battling for second. Hopefully Ed Sr. can hold on to third, but Cooper may be getting his first heat win here tonight, Andrew.
Very possible. He's a newcomer to the league. I think he ran with us 2 weeks ago at our last race, and that was my first thought. I said, "Who's Cooper? I've never heard of him. This guy is fast."
He definitely is, and he's showing it here tonight. Already out to a 1-second lead over David Lux. And Steven Seams holding on to fourth. Could be his best heat and potentially his best race, but he does have Chance the Cat Maderick on his bumper. Chance making a gutsy move, making a move to the outside through 1 and 2. Can he make it stick? Got a big run down the back straightaway, Andrew. Oh,
Yeah,
it's going to happen. Cooper just won his first ever heat.
David Lux salvages a little bit of his talent from taking a break in the Legends race to race control for us and holds on to second place. And Ed Sr. holds on to round out the podium in your first heat race.
Great job by Senior. On to heat number 2. Ray Mullendorf, Becky Snodgrass on the front row, Ryan McDaniel, Brandon Murphy on the second, Brian Hewitt, Dave Holmberg on the third row, Cody Kennedy and Kirk Marble on the fourth row, Easton Reidner, Richie Joplin, and Kyle McRecken Martin round out the 11-car field. And based on these numbers, we will have everybody making the feature.
Yeah, we have a 24-car cap for the main event, have 23 cars in session, so we've got almost a full field tonight. So, Doug, the fun question this time, who are we cursing this time?
I have to say, he always comes from behind to pull off some sort of miracle. I have to say, McRecken, Kyle Martin.
I'm going to stay a little closer to the front just because we talked so good about him earlier. And I'm going to say Ryan McDaniel, I hope, stays up front, but I kind of have a feeling that him and McRecken might be the two that get together before the end of these 8 laps.
Could potentially be. Cheyenne Fortin out here cheering on. Oh, he's not in Heat 2. Oh, he was in Heat 1, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, my mistake. Becky Snodgrass out front. Would really like to see her pull off a heat win sometime in the near future. She's been getting faster week in and week out. It's just a matter of time. You've been out there on track with her, Andrew. How soon do we see Becky in victory lane?
That's a really good question. At this point, I would just love to see Becky grab a top 10 or finish near a podium. We're coming up real soon.
That would be awesome. As the pace car gets ready to drop in, Ray Mullendorf out front. Out at turn 4, here they go. Green flag back in the air. Heat 2 is underway, and Mullendorf shoots into the lead. Ryan already going for second.
Kyle Martin in the back already making it 3-4 wide with some contact.
Oh, yeah, 2 cars down into the wall, but McRecken 3 wide again into turn 3. And he is definitely on the march already up to 5th place.
Oh, domino effect.
And McRecken now way behind. And Ryan McDaniel is out front by a lot. Brian Hewitt battling Ray Mullendorf for 2nd place. Ryan came to USA and he just woke up and chose violence this morning.
No, the only person I know of that woke up and chose violence this morning was Richie. But man, I'm glad to see McDaniel having a good run, and I know that's exactly what he wants to see in the mirrors. Those cars getting smaller and smaller as they battle for 2nd place.
That is definitely true. Easton Reidner on the march, up 3 spots into 6th. Richie Joplin up 6 spots into 4th. Holmberg up to 3rd. Hewitt in 2nd, but McRecken already back up into 8th. Just set the fastest lap so far as he closes the gap on Cody Kennedy. Kirk Marble is on pit road. Ryan has a 1.8 second lead in 4 laps. That is amazing, Andrew.
Absolutely. And you look at his lap times, it's like clockwork. 21.12, 2 straight laps. And, just a minor deviation. He's hitting his mark, staying consistent, and it's working out for him.
Well, Easton Reidner back in 5th is closing. Oh! As Holmberg is around. 2 laps to go. Hewitt 1.9 seconds behind leader Ryan McDaniel. And the top 5 show. Oh! Cody Kennedy is around now. Brian Hewitt in second. That moves Richie Joplin to third. Easton Reidner to fourth. And McRecken is back in the top 5. But the white flag is out. Ryan down the back straightaway. And through 3 and 4, he does it again. Ryan McDaniel wins heat number 2.
You know, Doug, I've noticed in some of your other broadcasts that you avoid speaking about Ryan. Man, I think what you need to do is, like, he needs that positive affirmation from us commentators to do well.
Well, historically, talking about Ryan has brought him bad luck. So he asked me to stop talking about him for a while, but seems to be working. As we get the lineup for the feature, Cooper Goralski and Ryan McDaniel on the front row, David Lux, Brian Hewitt on the second, Ed Sr., Richie Joplin on the third row, Chance Manerick, Easton Reidner on the fourth, Steven Seams and Kyle Martin round out your top 10. Jonathan Fortin now starting in 11th, Ray Muellendorf in 12th, Vern Springs starting in 13th, Brandon Murphy in 14th, Edmund Jones 15th, Becky in 16th, Scott Snodgrass in 17th, Cody Kennedy 18th, Brad Ronning in 19th, and Dave Holmberg starts in 20th. J.R. Tanksley, Kirk Marble, and points leader Matt Moniak round out the field. Well, do you want to make a pick on this one, Andrew?
You know, I'm sitting here looking at this field, and, you know, I would sure like to, but out of curiosity, I want you to go first this time.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm going to say, I think since our picks last time went really well, I'm going to say Steven Seams.
Okay, I'm going to go with our resident grouchy old guy and, you know, not a dirt racer. I'm going to say Richie Joplin comes home checkered.
I was going to say Ryan, but I'm afraid you picked him and he won. I'm afraid to pick him and jinx him.
Lightning doesn't strike twice. That's why I'm not picking Ryan again.
Well, hopefully we finally see him get his first Jones BS Racing win tonight, as we've got a problem out of turn 4. A car just went around. Yeah, I believe it was Easton Reidner who is... Looks like he... Can you verify? He may have lost connection. One minute.
No, I still have my my race control chat on in my ear as well, and yeah, some reports of some rough driving under caution, and that's why we're now down a car for the grid.
Oh, okay. Green flag is in the air. We are down and away for the feature here at USA, and Cooper Goralski quickly into the lead. And already, whoa, 3 wide out of turn 2. Chance Manerick backed out of it. Brian Hewitt, wicked loose, out of turn 4, but holds on to it. Wow, these cars are pretty loose out here tonight.
Yeah, first couple laps, cold tires are always real rough. You know, these late model setups were usually made by Kinder Cryer or Austin Edwards, and you know their late model prowess. And got yellow.
Yep, caution is out for the first time. Lap number 3, Edmund Jones took flight. McRecken also involved. Well, let's take a look and see what happened. There they come, out of the turn. Looks like Kyle went to the grass to avoid him, but Edmund got bumped. Oh, Edmund pushes up just a little bit. Gets sideways. Scott has nowhere to go, and he goes flying. J.R. Tanksley gets caught up in it. And Edmund, in his effort to recover the car, ended up slamming into the pit wall on the infield.
I'm very familiar with that inside wall. It's not the place you want to be.
No, it is not a friendly, happy place.
No, not usually.
Cooper Goralski still has the lead. David Lux now to second. Ryan McDaniel third. Richie Joplin up to fourth. Brian Hewitt in fifth. Chance Maderick, Ed Sr., Jonathan Fortin, Brandon Murphy, Vern Spring round out your top 10. Looks like several cars went to pit road. Scott Snodgrass, Ray Mullendorf, Edmund Jones, and Kirk Marble all back out, maintaining the lead lap. Unfortunate repairs here early, and with only one fast repair, if anything else goes wrong, those drivers could be in trouble.
Yeah, the one fast repair at this track can be real tricky. Sometimes you gotta pick and choose when you're going to use it and try to hang on for another 25 or 30 laps with the hurt car and hope for another yellow.
That is definitely the case, and man, we're going to see a lot of beat-up race cars. We saw how much banging there was coming out of the turns, going into the turns. They can really lean on each other without causing an incident. Can definitely do a lot of door banging at this track with these cars.
A lot of left side loving and right side romance, absolutely.
I've never heard it put that way, but I will be using that going forward.
Oh, I can't take all the credit for it. That's Jerry Van Sickle from the IMCA Dirt Stuff.
Well, they stack back up for the restart. Cooper Goralski will have control when they come out of turn 4. Here they come. Pace car about to drop in. Green flag is in the air. They are back underway. Lap 7. We saw a lot of 3 wide into turn 1 in the Legends cars. A little bit more patience. They wait till the back stretch. Jonathan Fortin on the move. His cheering section, Cheyenne, will be happy. He's up in, looks like, 6th place now, but losing a little bit of ground. Got stuck up on the high side. We've seen cars making moves up top tonight, but seems like here in the feature, that high side ain't going as well.
One man making it work right now is my pick to take the whole thing home. Richie Joplin has been side by side with Ryan McDaniel for the 3rd spot for the last couple laps.
Now, Richie is the guy who will say it can be done, then go do it to prove himself wrong, as Cody Kennedy whacked the infield wall, and caution is out. See what happened here with Cody.
Bit of a domino effect there, it looks like, Doug. McRecken on the high side, Murphy in the middle, a little bit of contact, and unfortunately Kennedy just the pinball on the bottom.
Yeah, it definitely was. That 3 wide coming out of 2, it gets sketchy.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You're in danger anywhere in the 3 wide situation here.
Taking a look from the chopper at this one, McRecken was trying to make some moves up top, but, man, there is just not enough room to try that. Too close to the wall, bounces into Murphy, bounces into Kennedy, and... Yep. Cody has gone to pit road. Hopefully he'll be back out momentarily. He is rolling. The car is fixed, but another driver now without a fast repair.
It's definitely a sinking feeling when you're less than 15 laps in. You've already used your only lifeline in a 65-lap race here.
Yeah, with about, what, 54, 53 laps to go, and seeing already that little bit of chaos, you've got to be a little concerned now. However, Cooper Goralski out front, he is sitting pretty, has nailed it on the restarts and held everybody off.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if Lux is going to reach in that little bag of talent and find some of that magic sand at the bottom and be able to make something work.
Richie Joplin now in third, Ryan in fourth. Chance Maderick now up into fifth. Chance is, he is one that will always be there. It's just a matter of if he can keep the car out of trouble. He is tough to beat, but sometimes trouble just finds him.
Yeah, he'd love to tell you about the story of me and him at a slinger. So I generally have a slight bit of fear anytime I see that black number 1 in the mirror. But back to what you were saying about him, he is always there, and sometimes he's definitely a dark horse because with 15 to go, he'll be running 10th or 11th. The next thing you know, he's on the podium. It's like, where did he come from?
That has happened more than once. He definitely will surprise you when you least expect it. As the pace car drops in, Cooper in control. Out of 4, green, back in the air. Drag race towards turn 1, but Cooper clears. Richie almost got the nose in under Lux. Ryan was really fighting to try and hold on to 3, but oh, we've got a spin. It's Fortin. He's out of the racing line. No caution. He does recover and miraculously did not hit anything.
Spinning out with grace. That's a whole different type of talent right there.
Well, he drops back to 22nd. He's going to need a caution to get back into this. Let's take a quick look. As caution is back out, JR and Steven Seams involved, lap 16. Let's first take a look at Jonathan Fortin's incident. There's Fortin coming out of turn 4. Oh, McRecken just comes up into his quarter panel, but man, what a save, keeping it off the wall there. Then we have the incident that brought out the caution.
Would you believe me if I told you it was a commentator's curse, Doug?
Yes. Steven Seams just gets bounced off the wall. Oh, he came up and collected Becky, as well as J.R. Tanksley catching a piece of it. Yeah. Commentator's curse on that one. Sorry, Steven.
No, I'm starting to think it's just you, because JR was your pick in the heat race as well.
It may very well be, and that tells you why I don't talk about Ryan much.
Well, that's why you stopped talking about me, because you happen to me every week.
I could probably talk about you now, and you'd wreck next week.
As long as it's in the late models, I'm okay.
You're not doing too bad. Currently 7th in points. I mean, this race will set you back a little bit, but any chance... I don't have the schedule up. How many races do we have left?
I think including this race here, we have 5 to go, so 4 next week.
So still a possibility with a win or 2 and some bonus points to get back up into the fight, but Matt Moniak, the current points leader, is actually struggling a little bit. Started in 23rd, only up to 17th right now, so he's still got some ground to cover and a lot of chaos to avoid.
Yeah, the big key there is going to be avoiding the chaos for sure.
That has been the key pretty much all night long, especially in the Legends cars. 7 cautions. It got a little bit wild out there.
Yes, 7 cautions, and see, I think I was involved in 2, and I avoided 2, so I mean, I was 50-50 for the night.
Don't worry, Tina. We'll still have races. We'll just move on to a new season. Lights are out on the pace car as they go down the back straightaway. Cooper still has the front row, but Richie Joplin right behind him. David Lux, Chance Madrick, Brian Hewitt, your top 5. Out of turn 4, pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. They are back under. Holy cow! Richie launched it. Richie really nailed that restart. Looks to the high side. Out at turn 2. He has got the nose ahead.
Got Calamity going into turn 3. Big one.
Oh! Definitely a big one in 3. Caution back out. Lap 22. Multiple cars. Brandon Murphy, Steven Seams, Becky Snodgrass, Cody Kennedy, Jonathan Fortin, Dave Holmberg, Ed Sr., all involved. Let's take a look. Here they come down the back straightaway, and oh! Looks like Murphy got moved or came up the track. See if we can get a look from the chopper as they come out of turn 2. Oh, Ed Sr. I think Ed Sr. might have got a bump from Edmund. Came down, got into Murphy, and everybody else has nowhere to go.
Yeah, kind of an odd spot to have contact in the middle of the back straightaway here, but yeah, just about everybody from the back half of the field involved in that one.
Matt Moniak was not involved. Let's see.
Yeah, I believe Moniak got a piece of Cody Kennedy in that.
See if we can get an in-car with Moniak, because...
See if the Red Sea's part for him or not.
Yeah, he did get into the bump of the back of Cody Kennedy, but managed to come through it and pick up a lot of ground.
If you still got a moment and want to look at another onboard, might want to take a look at Scott Snodgrass. He got a shot in the shorts and pushed right through the open seas.
Let's take a look at Scotty coming through this mess. Coming down the back straightaway, Scott right in the middle. Oh, he bumped the car. He bumped JR, got bumped, and cleared it. There is an old saying, I'd rather be lucky than good. That was lucky.
Yeah, I live and die by that statement. Anytime I end up having an interview with you, that is probably the first words out of my mouth.
Hey, good evening, Blake Nonestad, and good luck tomorrow night, buddy. Blake cheering on Easton here tonight. It's been a rough night for Easton. A win here would definitely turn things around for him. Oh, Easton is out of the race, isn't he?
He is.
Cooper Goralski out front. Richie Joplin still there. Chance in third. David Lux fourth. Brian Hewitt fifth. Kyle Martin, Ryan McDaniel, Vern Spring, Matt Moniak, J.R. Tanksley round out your top 10. You know, despite it all, we saw J.R. have a car underneath of him. He got whacked a few times, still holds on to the top 10.
Well, there's an old saying with racing, sometimes the best cars are the ones that are bent.
This is definitely true. Lights are on the pace cars. They come down the back straightaway, getting ready to go.
Yep, and we've lost Maderick with connection issues.
Matt Moniak, the points leader, out of the race.
No, Maderick, not Moniak.
Oh, Chance Maderick. Sorry. My name's backwards.
Just wanted to help you there.
Green flag back in the air. Cooper quickly back to the lead, followed by Richie Joplin, David Lux, Brian Hewitt, Kyle Martin. A hard break for Cho. A little contact between Ryan and McRacken. McRacken makes it through, but they pile up at the back, and caution is back out lap 28.
You know, I did say that this pair would probably get into each other in the heat race. I guess I just missed it by about 35 laps.
Yeah. Good call, though. And somehow, Kyle Martin comes through it. Okay. Little bump there. Gets bumped from Vern. Gets bumped from Moniak. And, wow, when Vern goes around, everything went wrong. Kirk Marble catches a piece of it. Back behind. Oh, Ed Sr. checked up. Everybody tried to check up, but the 64 and 65 both catch a little bit of air. The two teammates both going for taking a flight here.
Well, it's been quite the action-packed feature so far, Doug, and we are almost to the halfway point here.
This is definitely true. Well, we saw in the Legends race, we got to about halfway with a lot of cautions, and then a really long green flag run. Could see that again. Becky Snodgrass, I believe, getting waved, getting one of her laps back here. And
her whole goal is to get to the back bumper of the 22 and show him what for.
Yeah, I think she owes him one from, where were we a couple weeks ago when they had that incident?
Oh, I don't know. I barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning, Doug.
Yeah, me too. With the weather this weekend, my brain went through a full reset, so it's a miracle I can remember that.
Hey, you remember something happened somewhere. It may or it may not have been the right people, the right cars, the right place, but you remember that something happened.
Some cars on some track and some things happened. Scott is safely in 6th for right now. Becky back in 19th, so she's got a ways to go before she can get to the 22. Meanwhile, Dave Holmberg up 10 spots, and points leader Matt Moniak now up 12 spots into 11th. But you mentioned Richie Joplin in the pre-race. He is already sitting in 2nd place.
Yeah, if he can get clear of David Lux, who's showing some speed tonight, he might just have something for Cooper up front.
It'll definitely be interesting to see, and it is worth noting, since we got a lap and a half of commentating, or of pace laps left to go, I have to say, I know some folks are very upset about the situation with Easton. It's worth reminding everybody, the broadcaster, me, has nothing to do with admitting the leads. None of that is my choice, or my decisions, or any of that is on me. I have found, and history has taught me, that a broadcaster being involved with league politics and administration is a terrible combination. So, just worth reminding everybody, because I know we're still quite a few people upset about what happened with Easton.
Right. Yeah, I know exactly which incident in the league you're referring to, Doug, and I will back that up 100%. That Doug is not involved with the admin duties in this league. We have 5 to 7 of us, and everything is a committee meeting and a vote. So if something happens on track and a penalty's handed out, it was by majority vote.
Well, here we go. Pace car is in. Green back in the air. Richie got that amazing restart last time. Doesn't look like he got the same launch on this one, as Cooper may actually clear, and this may open the door for Lux on the bottom. But look who is right behind Lux.
I'd be scared if I was anybody in that front four right there.
You know that little meme where the little kid's going, "I'm in danger"? That's the way I would feel anytime McCracken was behind me.
Yes, and that's the truth. That is one of the most terrifying things in all of motorsports, is to have McCracken behind you.
Brandon Murphy starting to fight his way back up to 6th. Cody Kennedy 7th. Matt Moniak has made his way up into 8th. Fortin was fighting back a moment ago, but there is some chaos out of 4 and caution. Looked like a few drivers were actually starting to shoot toward the front, and then the chaos broke out. Let's see if we can see what happened. There's Fortin in the 67. Oh, he had an amazing run. Gets into the 22 and straightens the 22 back out, but 3 or 4 cars there stack up, go through the grass right at the exit of turn 4. Everybody, though, does recover and minimal damage to any of the cars.
Yeah, that looks like the rare premature caution. Nobody actually went around, and nobody came to a complete stop. So, that, great driving by all to keep it all going the right direction.
Hey, good evening, Kevin. How are you, buddy? Glad to see everything. The worst of it missed you. I will say to anybody impacted by the tornadoes this past weekend in the Midwest, our thoughts and prayers are with you. We had one just a few miles west of us. Fortunately, we were okay. Did you get hit by any down there, Andrew?
No, to my knowledge, we didn't have any here in North Texas, and we didn't have any in northeastern Louisiana, where I was working this past weekend either. We actually had sunshine and blue skies and got the race off this weekend finally.
Wow. That is a plus. And I will say it was a wild weekend for some. I've heard Nebraska, I believe, got hit with several. Oklahoma had quite a few. I do know parts of Texas. I believe I heard 6 tornadoes in Texas this weekend, 8 or 9 in Oklahoma, and some in Kansas and Missouri. Just all up and down. That storm system was ginormous.
Yes, it was. I mean, we had some rough. I got the weather alerts for my house here around the Fort Worth area, but I never saw any of the rough weather myself.
Well, that is definitely a plus, as we should be getting 1 to green next time by. All right, it looks like Steven Seams is officially out of the race. Edmund Jones is still on pit road as well. Steven Seams, as we mentioned, out. Kirk Marble still sitting on pit road. Holmberg is coming back out. And looks like Kirk is going to roll back out as well. They will be down a couple laps, but still in the fight. Lights are out on the pace car. They stack back up side by side for the restart. Just past the halfway point here. It's been a rough one so far, Andrew.
Yes, it has, and it's kind of a strange characteristic of this track and this league. I don't think we've ever really had a great, smooth, 50-lap green flag run ever at this track with any car we've brought.
Well, likely we won't come back then as green flag flies. It is such a great track, and you can have such great racing here. But when it goes wrong, man, it goes wrong.
the track's so fast and it's not as wide as you would think, so when something happens in front of you, you don't have anywhere to run and hide, that's for sure.
I mentioned that in the Legends race. It looks wide, but once you're in the car out there and 3 wide like we've got mid-pack, the track gets skinny quickly.
Very.
And oh, man, those 3 did an amazing job staying off of each other. Scott came down, almost got into chance, but manages to save it. And Cooper Goralski is on pit road unexpectedly as we've got a car in the wall in 3.
Cooper Goralski has been given a black flag for a restart violation for a lane change before start-finish line.
Oh. So McRecken is in the lead. Richie Joplin in 2nd. David Lux in 3rd. Brian Hewitt in 4th. Cody Kennedy in 5th. And points leader Matt Moniak now up into 6th as Richie's looking under McRecken. Hey, it's McBraken versus McRecken.
Grouchy old guy McRecken, and you got no talent running in 3rd. That's a recipe for disaster and a half right there.
And here we go. Looked like McRecken was going to try the crossover move. Didn't have the speed to get it done. Kirk Marble was the car we saw spinning. He is going to pit road. Let's take a quick look. Kirk Marble. Oh, look like he and Becky got together. See if we can back this replay up just a hair. Kirk Marble heads off into turn 3. Becky down the bottom. Oh, Becky comes down as Becky goes up as Kirk comes down, and they meet in the middle. And caution is out, and McRecken is involved. Let's take a look and see what happened with Kyle. Kyle tries to shoot to the bottom underneath Richie. He went to the apron, and that is not a good idea here. Brandon Murphy also had a problem. Oh, Chance Maddock tried to get up under him and just taps him in the left rear and sends him around. Well, Richie Joplin now has the lead. David Lux in 2nd, Hewitt in 3rd, Cody Kennedy in 4th, Moniak now up into 5th.
But you can't count out the car running in 6th.
No, and in 7th, Ryan McDaniel and Chance Maddock just keep sneaking their way forward.
It's definitely one of those situations where you have I call them accordion races. You start up front, go to the back, make your way to the front, go to the back again, and make your way back to the front. You pass 40 cars to go plus 3 or 4 for the night.
That has a tendency to happen at tracks like this, and it is just a constant, non-stop fight. David Lux sitting there. Now, I know, as I recall, David Lux has 1 or 2 wins in Jones BS Racing. Could we see him pull off another one here tonight?
It is possible, but like I said, that grouchy old guy driving that orange number 08, he woke up and chose violence today.
Well, he gave up trucking with Angie and ATS, so I guess he's going to have some way to get the aggression out.
Yeah, and he was angry during the Legends race, so he's got a point to prove here.
I got you. Well, when Richie has a point to prove, he will get it done. I still remember Richie's first Nowski win. He got it done fought his way to the front and won at Talladega, went across the line backwards. But he got it done. He does not have any quit in him, and if he's out front, he's going to be really tough to get around.
You want to see determination from Richie Joplin. Doug, you need to come race. You have to come watch a non-wing sprint car race with us and watch Richie Joplin wheel one of them around.
Yeah, because nobody wants me back in a non-wing sprint.
No, I love you to death, but I don't need you on track.
They stack back up for the restart as we get 1 to green. Yeah, nobody wants me in a non-wing sprint car. Ever.
We can talk about putting you in a midget again, but a non-wing sprint car, probably not.
No. They stack back up for the restart. David Lux now has the high side in second, trying to get past Richie. Brian Hewitt has snuck his way up to third, and Cody Kennedy in fourth. As green flag flies, there's a stack up. Caution is out. There was a problem at the back on the restart.
Well, I will say this for sure. This is going to be a long evening in the tech shed post race.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. There you see that inside line, Ryan right. Oh! It looks like Ryan got on the gas a little too soon. Let's take a look from the chopper. You see Ryan in the 69 right behind Moniak. Oh, Moniak got on the gas, got into Hewitt, hit the brakes. Ryan hits the brakes, and they all stack up behind.
Yep, but the classic accordion stack up. Now, Doug, I know you spent some time behind the wheel of these cars in the past,
Yep.
so you can agree with me when I tell you, when you're bumper to bumper with somebody, you cannot see around these cars or through them.
No, you really cannot.
So some of the replays will look bad, and somebody will take a look at that from the outside and be like, well, that was a bonehead driving deal. It's like, oh, no, in all reality, we can't see what's ahead of the car in front of us on these restarts.
You can't see hardly anything with these spoilers. The car is low slung, the spoiler is relatively tall, and they are wide, and you just can't see anything, and things get a little nuts.
Yeah, no, and these windshields are tall, but they're laid back, so your field of vision is very narrow as well.
Yeah, it really, really is. You got that black the sun
visor.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
That black sun visor coming down, and it limits your visibility even more. And it just, in a situation like that, it doesn't matter what car you're in. Once that accordion starts, it's all over.
No, because you're absolutely driving off the rear bumper of the car ahead of you. If he goes, you're going to go. And if he stops, well, I hope that you can react and the guy behind you can do the same.
No kidding. Well, 1 to green now. Richie Joplin in the lead. David Lux, Brian Hewitt, Cody Kennedy, and Chance Maderick now your top 5. Matt Moniak, J.R. Tanksley, Brad Ronning, Brandon Murphy, and Ryan McDaniel, your top 10. Ryan definitely on the losing end of that. Went from 7th to 10th. But hopefully we'll see him be able to fight. There was a little bit of activity back at the back of the field. Looks like everybody is settled in for the moment. Richie Joplin in control. They come out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. 7 to go at the line. Lux shoots it into 1 on the high side. Vern Spring and Ed Sr. have both gone to pit road unexpectedly. Oh, Lux bangs doors with Richie.
A little bit of left side loving out of Lux.
Yep, and Richie managing to hold on, gets back to the lead. There's a battle going on between Cody Kennedy and Chance Madrick. That is for 4th place. Ryan McDaniel trying to run down Brandon Murphy as McRecken just moved to 7th. And out just at the back of the top 10, there was some craziness. Out of 4, multiple cars just slid to the bottom.
Had a couple cars slide to the bottom, and J.R. Tankersley, he just tagged the wall big time coming off of 4.
We'll take a look at that after the race. Let's follow this to the end with 4 laps to go. Richie out front. Down the back straightaway. Lux has nothing for him. Hewitt has Chance moving to the high side. And Chance loses ground. Moniak underneath. Richie opening up a bit of a gap. 0.4 of a, almost half a second now. Brian Hewitt still holding on to 3rd. Moniak underneath Madrick for 4th. 2 laps to go for Richie Joplin. Can he get it done tonight?
What you really want to be watching right now is the 4th, 5th, and 6th place cars.
They are leading on each other, banging off each other. Moniak, McRecken, and Madrick. White flag is in the air. One more time around, Chance Madrick lost connection. It looks like it resolved. He has not go, but he reappeared and gets spun. And Ryan McDaniel somehow makes it through the chaos. But out of turn 4, Richie Joplin gets the win. David Lux comes home 2nd. Brian Hewitt 3rd, Cody Kennedy in 4th. Matt Moniak rounding out your top 5. Let's take a look at what happened coming out of 4 on the final lap.
Absolute calamity.
That was something I don't think I've ever seen. I believe Moniak got, holy cow, got bumped. And yeah.
Oh, hey, while we're waiting for the podium to come back around, Doug, you may want to take a look at the onboard with Scott Snodgrass. I believe he just drove under a car that was flying at the finish line.
There's JR. Looked like he just smacked the crap out of the wall out of turn 4 and rides the wall. And let's take a look. From the onboard of Scott Snodgrass. On the final lap, out of turn 4. As we mentioned, you can't see a lot, but he drove underneath Ryan McDaniel. Unfortunately for Scott, after the start-finish line. All right, let's see if we can talk to our top 3. Starting with Brian Hewitt. Brian, congratulations. A great podium and a great fight tonight.
Thanks, Doug. This was my first podium ever.
I thought it was your first podium in the league, man. Great job. You definitely stuck it out. And it was all the chaos around you, but your car comes home clean.
I can't believe it. Somehow I was just driving, turning left, going fast, you know.
All too well, man. A great job. Finally on the podium. I'm sure the first of many. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Doug. I just want to give a shout out to the Cruels Lake crew. They had it down tonight. Thank you.
They definitely did. Great job, man.
So, Doug, you remember pre-race, I did say that this was a track where you can never make bets on who's going to round out your podium. I would have never had Brian Hewitt here tonight.
I probably would not either. I'd have him for top 5, but never on the podium. Let's see. Second place goes to David Lux. David, congratulations back on the podium.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that last restart, I think I kind of jumped it. So I don't know. We haven't have official word yet, but thank you.
Well, we can savor the moment for now. I mean, I was talking earlier about how you know your nickname in this league is No Talent Lux, and you reached down in your bag of tricks and you found a little bit of that magic sand that voodoo lady gave you a long time ago, and you managed to run up front all race, bud. So whether it sticks or not, savor the moment, because for now you're second place.
Oh well, the bag of tricks ran out. I was sitting here talking with Richie the whole race, and done stepped on my the two things down there that hurt, but sucks. I hope it wasn't a jump, but it was close.
Well,
sucks if it is.
Man,
it's better if it's not.
You still had quite a fight tonight, buddy. Congratulations. Great job, man.
Thank you. Congrats to Richie.
Hey, good evening, Toki. How's it going? Good night, Tina. And finally, our winner. Oh, and Richie's new nickname is no longer McBreakin. It's now Old Guy. It's where
You're welcome.
I'd rather not bring up the fact that I'm actually older than Richie.
We won't tell anybody.
Okay. Richie, congratulations, man. You had one heck of a fight tonight.
Yes, I did. Glad Lutz and everybody raced me clean. I mean, even McRecken raced me kind of clean. So that was a good race tonight. I had a lot of fun.
Man, you definitely had a workout just getting to the front, but man, you still managed to hold on to it. Coming home with the victory, that was an awesome race.
Yeah, it was. I finally won a late model race in this league here. It's my first one, I believe. I'll take it.
Man, you definitely earned it tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug, for streaming and doing awesome broadcast, man. I really appreciate you doing that, man.
My pleasure. Great job. Hey.
So, Doug, but before you sign off, I do want to make the mention of that. I picked him to win, and some way, somehow, that worked out as well.
Well, Richie's a fairly safe bet. You know he's going to be on the podium, so.
Oh yeah, no, he's always a safe bet, but I'm starting to think more and more, Doug, that commentator's curse is just all you, man.
It could very well be. Toki, doing good, buddy. Wish you'd been here sooner, but thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Andrew, thank you for joining us for the late model race, and
well, thanks for letting me steal your airwaves for a little while. It's always a good time when I get to join you on these things.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. A great race by all. We will have all the videos on the race videos on YouTube later tonight. If you missed any of it, go enjoy it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Boy, I am worn out after tonight. Have a great night, everybody.